In the hush before the storm, a breath. In the silence before the story, a soul waiting to be known. I never asked for this depth of feeling, but I was born with it. And somewhere in the flood of too muchness, I began to drown. Not because I was weak, but because no one ever taught me how to breathe underwater. The world was loud in all the wrong places. People spoke in static, but I heard the aching behind their words. I didn't ask for this sensitivity, but it clung to me like a second skin. They looked at me like I was broken. But maybe I was just tuned to a different frequency. I tried to shrink myself to fit in. Until the shrinking became its own kind of pain. I didn't need to be fixed. I needed to be heard. I needed someone to look at the chaos in me and not flinch. But all I got were mirrors that warped my reflection. So I learned to walk alone. Wading through noise, haunted by stories not mine. Yearning only to be understood. It started small. One breath. One choice. One heartbreak. I tossed my pain into the world and watched the circle spread. A whisper became a wave. My silence became a revolution. Even when I couldn't speak. My being, my existence, was making noise. There's power in the things we think don't matter. There's legacy in the smallest of defiance. So I kept walking. Even when it hurt. Even when no one else seemed to notice the wake I left behind. But I noticed. And that was enough to keep going. was a moment I chose the flame. Not to warm, but to scorch. I stood before the fragile thing I was building and I smashed it. Not because I wanted to, but because fear was louder than hope. I pushed away the hands reaching for me. Said cruel things just to make the mirror crack. Creation requires courage. Destruction is simple. I was tired of trying to bloom in winter. Tired of being the better version of myself when no one seemed to notice. So I leaned into the chaos, hoping maybe ruin would give me a reason to rebuild. But all it gave me was ashes.
I'm leaning for destruction while creation's right in front of me. Just destroy something I know. No more creating things I don't know. That's why I hate. Of the shit that never ever would you be here in the first place. No, some might say it's just because I'm scared and I'm afraid to face my demons. Yeah, but what the fuck is that to do when my demon is in the shape of you? This can't be right, this can't be true. No, I don't know how I ended up in here. Can't get me out before I'm so wrong. To hate myself, but I can't help myself right now. 'Cause I hate you. I don't know why, I don't know. For destruction, while creation's right in front of me. I'd rather destroy something I know than create something I don't. And I hate myself, yeah. Because I hate you. I'm scared of from being stronger and more. And God, I know it's wrong, but I can't help myself right now. Right now is enough to burn you down. Right this could be better, but better's not an option, it seems. I'm fucking lost here in the darkness, and my life is just a mess, it seems. Would I ever find a way? I don't know how I ended up in here. Can't get me out before I'm so wrong. To hate myself, but I can't help myself right now. 'Cause I hate you. Oh, why? Don't know. For destruction, while creation's right in front of me. I'd rather destroy something I know than create something I don't. And I hate myself, yeah. Because I hate you. I'm scared you ask for being stronger and wrong. And God, I know it's wrong, but I can't help myself right now. I'm leaning for destruction while creation's right in front of me. Just destroy something I know. No more creating things I don't know. That's why I hate.
I stood on the edge of nothing and begged for a flame. Something in me wanted to burn. Not to die, but to transform. The cold had grown teeth. I was drowning in numbness, and pain felt like a promise of presence. Let it all burn, I whispered. Not out of hatred, but hunger. There's something holy about destruction when it's chosen. I let go of everything I thought I had to be. And in that surrender, the fire came. Not to consume, but to cleanse. I disappeared. Not from the world, but from myself. There were pieces of me buried beneath shame. Fractured by expectations I never agreed to. But the silence didn't kill me. It revealed me. I found myself in the aftermath. Stronger than I thought. Softer than I admitted. Wiser than I knew. I was never lost. Only spirited away. Waiting for the fire to call me home.